Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to Centurion's Review, the punk rock band of Wargame Review Institutions. This is Assault on Mount Everest, a new game simulation of the first conquest of the world's highest peak. This isn't my game, this is my friend Len's game. He just wrote a review of this game, so he let me borrow the copy so I could do an unboxing video of it and then take some pictures because I'll be posting his review later this week. So let's see what this is all about. Says it's from Eagle's Nest. I've never even heard of that gaming company. I wonder if this is the only game they ever released or if they had others too. Assault on Mount Everest is played through a sequence of one-day turns from April 13th to May 29th, 1953. With each turn, you will advance your party of climbers through a succession of camps from base to 17,600 feet on the glacial flatlands to Camp 8, 3,000 feet below the summit. Your strategy must be one of flexibility and careful timing as you move your climbers into position for an assault on the 29,028-foot high summit pyramid, but the mountain has an unknown strategy of its own which unfolds as the game proceeds. In the final stage, as the game narrows to hour-by-hour tactics as you move towards the summit, your climbers now on oxygen will struggle against the best defense the mountain can offer. The game is organized for two-person or two-team play, one representing the famous British team of Hillary, Tenzing, and their party, the other representing the brilliant Swiss expedition of 1952. The game is won by the player who achieves the highest ascent mark. The game may also be played in a solitaire fashion against the mountain itself. No special mountaineering knowledge is required to begin, although considerable insight into the problems of climbing the world's highest peaks will be gained in play. So this sounds pretty cool. I had a game about climbing Mount Everest. It was from that, I forget the name of the company, it was a Polish company. I did a first look video of it way back when, and when I went to try it, the rulebook was such a disaster. I was having trouble figuring out how to play the game, so I just gave up on it. I was like, if they can't even write a good rule book, I'm not going to bother. But hopefully that isn't the case with this game. I know my friend has played it a bunch of times and enjoys it. So let's see what's in here and see what this is about. Dear customer, thank you for buying blah, blah, blah. Now that you own it, we should probably tell you that you have a real bear on your hands. Interesting. You don't see that very often when you buy a game. If you play the game against an opponent, you'll compete to see who can reach highest on the mountain, but reaching the summit of Everest is still the real challenge, and a very difficult one at that. Our designers asked us to tell you at the outset that considerable time will be required to play the game through to conclusion. You might plan to play it in 2 sessions, setting aside the assault phase as a more or less separate game. They also ask that we urge you not to give up on reaching the summit, even if it does seem like Chinese water torture at times. There are numerous chance aspects to the game, but don't jump to the conclusion that chance really controls the outcome. It needed in almost all cases. Read the perspective, analyze the scenarios, work out a strategy. If you have problems, write us, blah, blah, blah. We'll be happy to assist. Interesting. It's like a warning about their own game. My friend likes the game, though, so it's probably pretty good. Here's where you record the climber... excuse me, the climber status, the assault record, and the provisions record. And is this the map here? Let's see what this is. Alright, let's see if we can get the camera a little bit higher. Alright, so there's Mount Everest itself, and that's obviously the trail you're following up. On the sides here, it has the different camps marked. And there's a expedition day turn indicator down here, an assault hour indicator, and a second day indicator. And looks like it has the same stuff for the other team. So the map looks alright, and it's got some useful places to record information on it. See if I can figure out how to fold this without destroying it. And I don't think that's the right way to fold it, but... oh, there we go. Maybe it is. See what else is in here. Here's the simplified instructions. There's a build-up phase, reconnaissance and route preparation, determine chance scenario, movement of your party, and then movement of provisions. And then 6, consumption of provisions, so you guys supply your climbers or your climbing team or whatever. Then step 7, opponent's challenge, adjust date marker, and then there's the assault phase. Set hour marker, determine chance scenario, movement of your party, adjustment of assault provisions. Alright, so those are the simplified rules. Here's perspective. Interesting. What else do we got here? Alright, here's the full rules. And it's got the sequence of play there, which we kind of just went over. Looks like this is just taking the simplified rules and going in a little more detail. This doesn't look like there's too much rules. Actually, this looks, if they wrote the rules coherently, this should be pretty easy to learn. Yeah, my friend Len, who owns this game, I haven't read his review yet, but when he was telling me about the game, he didn't have anything bad to say about it, so it must be a decent game. And here's where it's got the chance scenarios here, little paragraphs, such as heavy snow and poor visibility prevent any movement during the day between camps 1 and 2 and so forth. Major crevices open. Cool. Eagle's Nest, I guess they're from Boulder, Colorado. I doubt they exist anymore. The company, that is, not Boulder, Colorado. And here's the counters. Counters are pretty simple. Don't really have any art on them other than some have a little plus sign on it, which I assume is for medical or something, but I'm sure they're functional. And it includes 2 little dice. And what's this here? Is this just a... Yeah, it looks like it's just got an insert there. Anyhow, thanks for watching. I just wanted to show you guys what the components look like for this game since I'll be posting his review this week. Have a good evening, and I know it's hard out there with the country being, or the whole world being locked down right now pretty much, but hang in there and I'll try to continue putting out some videos for you guys to see. Have a good one.